Problematic Pub Podcast.
Problematic Pub Podcast.
Problematic Pub Podcast. The lunatics won't get much.
Problematic Pub Podcast.
Problematic Pub Podcast. Problematic Pub Podcast. Get out, man!
You think it's funny? Come here and smack you in the mouth.
Hi guys, before we start the episode, we just want to give you a massive thank you for all the support so far. If you want to support us more, you can find us on Patreon. Patreon is a platform which is subscription where we're going to be hiding our dodgier stuff behind it, the stuff we can't say on YouTube. Where can they find us on Patreon, Sandro?
Guys, you can go on to patreon.com. It's Problematic Pub. It starts at £3 a month. It helps us keep this thing going, keep paying the bills, deliver new content. Absolutely class. If you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, you can't. If you do get extra episode a week, extra content, thank you very much.
Do some blow.
He's
all cleaned up.
Are you from the same place then, you and Tom?
No, Tom's from the west of Canada.
Do you remember him when you were coming up in Canada?
Yeah, well, I remember Tom. When we first met Tom was the Toronto Comedy Slam, which was an attempt to take out or go up against them just for laughs. And I was sitting in Much Music was this place by Moses Neimer built this building where all the stuff was filmed live. It was like the first VJs. In fact, MTV stole the idea from Much Music.
Oh,
so
wow.
Much Music. MTV was a Canadian idea. It was Much Music.
Yeah.
So in this building, they had the Comedy Slam and it had Emo Phillips was on and all these things. And we were backstage behind this thing in a kitchen. And Tom stayed. I don't know if I can do. He had like cowboy boots on. He had really long hair, little tiny glasses. And I think you could smoke indoors at this point, right?
Yeah.
And he was sitting there. I think we were smoking a joint. And he was leaning back on these cowboy boots, and I didn't even know how they were holding him up. Really long hair. That's how the first time I met him.
He's a legend, isn't he?
Yeah. He hasn't changed. He just had his. And when he first moved over to the UK, I did.
Was you over here then?
Yeah, I was over. Yeah, I was one of the first guys over.
Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Sound. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh yeah. Tom wasn't smoking joints. If Tom's mom is listening, there was no joint smoking. I always imagine Tom's mom being exactly like him. Hey Tom, how's it going?
I expect when
she's probably a bigger stoner than he is. Tom, let's get the Thanksgiving bong out.
I expect when he was born, he talked like that, though.
Yeah.
You rap, man.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've met his kids, man. They're fucking great. And I have babysat those kids, so he's trusted me with his children. I always thought about Tom, but Tom's son Mason is Scottish because they moved to Edinburgh. But Mason, he's got the same Tom lisp, but he talks with a Scottish accent. Mason's fucking the coolest dude ever, man. Anyway, love those guys.
That's great.
I did a play with Tom, and one of the reasons he ended up in Edinburgh is I did a play called at True West by Sam Shepard. Fucking great play. Dave Johns, the famous Dave Johns, was in it, and Tom and I played brothers. He played a stoner brother that comes in out of the desert, and I'm like this college brother who's writing a film script, and he comes in and he's smarter than me, but he's just a fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And when the producer shows up, the Hollywood producer Dave Johns shows up, he's enamored with this guy who's just come out of the fucking desert, who's like the real person. Whereas I'm like a nerdy guy. And we get into a fucking massive fist fight on stage, and it was really hard to discuss it, to get Tom to go, okay, this is a fake fight because it's just acting. Tom.
Yeah.
Have me in a headlock. But before there's a mother comes in, we had this older actor playing the mom, and on the very last day before going up to Edinburgh, Tom came in hammered. With whiskey, and went up to her and went, "Hey, you want a shot of that?" She was going, "What are you doing?" And she quit the show. She refused to go to Edinburgh because she didn't want. And I was going to her, "No, he's just doing method acting. He's just he's going, what did I do? Didn't do nothing, man." And he was like, "Oh, anyway."
I'd love it if you went a step further and he's coming up the desert, he's actually got a live vulture on his shoulder.
Exactly. It was insane, man. But Tom stole those all the critiques Everyone writing about Tom. It was in the assembly rooms. It was sold out from beginning to end. It was one of the best things I've ever done. And I don't know what's stopping Tom other than hit Tom.
Yeah.
Like he's a fucking great actor.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing.
He's a great comedian as well, man.
Yeah, he's like, sometimes you see comedians, and the first time I saw Tom, the one thing that hit me was the confidence. That confidence level of like, every comedian has confidence, but he just comes on and he just.
It's not false confidence either.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, it's brilliant. Like,
Canada, like Canadians do well in comedy, don't they?
Oh yeah, here's a question.
Pound for pound.
Have we been lucky in the UK and just had all your good comedians? Because we can't think of any Canadians over here that are not good Canadians.
Good.
Or did you just leave the shit ones behind?
No, there has been a couple of shit ones that have come over, but I don't want to say their names. But they also come over. They see that Tom and I have done well, and Glenn, and they kind of see us as being, well, not me particularly, but so those guys as being like the guys that had to leave.
Yeah.
And they come over all like, hey, this is I'm the Canadian guy.
Yeah.
And then they stink it out and they don't know why. They're doing jokes about ice hockey and everyone's sitting there going, hey, Canadians playing ice hockey in space. You're going, no one knows what the fuck you're talking about. But yeah, you have said some of the good Canadians, In fact, the Canadians always, I think, put on a really good show.
Yeah,
always good. I think why there's a lot of Canadians over who do well as well, and they come over, is I think it's easier as a Canadian, because a lot of you got like parents who got one parent or grandparent who is British. You can come over and work, and
that's right.
You get easy to get over, like,
I always think Canada's like. A bit like the Wales or the Scotland of North America, though.
Yeah.
You've got all this small little. There's a lot of guys that are probably great comedians that live in Wales and just never really don't want to go there anywhere, or they're just happy with what they're doing.
That's so dead on there.
Same with the Scottish. If you look at the Scottish
scene,
comedy scene, it's massive. There'd be fucking you Welsh might know them, but there are loads of people that in Scotland that you'll never heard of. Beyond the Ray Bradshaws and the Mark Nelsons, who are fucking amazing comedians who can't get a gig in London. Or choose not to because it's too expensive and fucking.
And he's thinking up there. It's like Mark's been on here. He's a class comedian, but then he'll do theatres up there. But like down here, he doesn't do as well. But it's just, I don't know. It's quite
right.
It's like quite regionalised.
In Canada, I am doing stadiums. And in Wales, I'm doing the Problematic Pub Comedy Club. One night only.
Yes.
March 25th.
Oh, yeah, he's coming down
March 25th. I knew I was going to get the plug in. That's why I'm here. It's fucking freezing. They're filming it in a meat fucking freezer. They're stupid. They couldn't afford a proper studio.
It was cheap.
Well, there's meat right behind it. You pull that back, there's like chicken.
Do you know, like, if I had the option of never leaving Wales, I would do it. But my options are, if I do that, I'm just going to constantly do gigs to 7 people.
Exactly.
I've got to travel.
Yeah, right. Whereas I'm coming to Wales to do gigs to 7 people. If you pull that back, actually, just meat.
You shouldn't be cold. You're Canadian.
I'm Canadian.
Yeah,
we don't get cold. I'm Scottish and Canadian.
You find that did you go back often then?
I'm going back more now.
Oh, do you?
I've got elderly parents.
Yeah.
My mum is 96. My dad is 92.
Wow.
So I go and see them as much as I can.
Yeah.
You're going to be a long liver then. You're going to still be in the circuit.
Well, that's what. Fucking, I hope so. I got years to make it. Give me another 30 years. I'm going to crack this nugget. Crack a nugget? I don't think I may just made something up there.
Jeremy Hotz is Canadian, right?
Jeremy Hotz is Canadian,
Oh my God. He was one of, like, originally, before I went into comedy, I used to watch the old Paramount stuff, like, and he was one of the acts on there that really made me laugh.
I mean, he's had a fucking great career. He was in Speed, the movie Speed. And stuff like that, I remember Jeremy from the very early days, because the Juice Pigs started in 87. And Jeremy was sort of a middle act. And all the guys that were nice to us, him included, were the guys that have gone on to be major successes. Harlan Williams, Brian Hart, who wrote for Jon Stewart and the Kids in the Hall. These were, and all the guys that were kind of nasty to us, who were all like in Canada, you've got A, B, C, you got AAA, AA comedians. That's your pay scale. The guys who were like AA and AAA comedians were playing all. We just came in and we did 4 open spot nights. And by the end of it, we were given our first feature headline spot. So all those headline comedians thought we were assholes because we were like 20, but we were 21 years old and cocky as fuck. And, you know, just like, and we just
We did honest people.
and no respect for any of them because we didn't know any of them, right? Like, you know, we were sitting backstage once in the Yuck Yucks, and we were the headliners, and this was like our first weekend, and there was all the comedians. There was a room about this size, and all the couches full of comedians all smoking spliff or whatever, but you could smoke.
Yeah.
And this big guy came out, you got to clear the room because Sam's here, right? And we were like, fuck, what are they talking about? And all these comedians stood up. And with the three of us, we used to wear like matching polka dotted shirts. That's how nerdy. we did it on purpose. We knew it was shit, right? But our act was pretty raw and punk. And we were going, fucking, and this huge black bouncer walked in and went, who are you guys? We were like, well, we're the headline act. And then Sam Kinison walks around the corner.
Wow.
Now, at
if you had coke
at
with
the
him.
time, yeah, but at the time we were so young and innocent, we didn't really even understand what the gravity of that. But also, all the comedians had left the room knew that he was a fucking. So we were just going. He was going, hey, the fuck are you guys? And we were like, well, who the fuck are you? We're the headline. He goes, I'm headliner tonight. We went, well, good luck with that. And he kind of looked at the shirts and looked. So I went, these guys are funny. And then we just sat there. He let us sit there. We didn't even think to move. And because of our attitude, he just kind of went.
He liked that.
Yeah, he liked that.
He
kind of enjoyed being the scary guy. And all the other guys, not kidding, like proper like A comedians are in the hallway with their cigarettes, smoking cigarettes, going like, what the fuck, expecting it to blow up. And then we just sat there and talked to the dude.
Is he the sound guy?
Yeah. And then went on, and we were thinking like, well, I didn't really have a concept of how big he was. Like, this is just before he died. Like, he'd been on TV.
Yeah.
We knew he was a TV comic.
Yeah.
Well, we went on and did our act, but the reason we were headliners is because it was fucking three guys, energy, guitar, and like jump into the audience, and like we used to do the solid gold dancers and dance naked on, or like little pigskins. So we fucking ripped the roof off it, and he went on and just went, the fuck was that? Like, it just was complained the whole time that we'd gone on before him, and then came off and was just like,
it's too much. You can't afford it, can you?
Then within 2 years we were on like the Dudley Moore Comedy Club special on ABC and shit like that. So
wow.
But we had no concept of how quickly it was happening. It was just happening. And to us, we were just like, hey, more beer, more.
Where's the other two guys now?
Well, Sean still lives in Canada. He works all the time there. He's got his own like regular shows. Greg moved to Australia, remarried and has a couple of kids, and he still does a bit of comedy here and there. But he went back to school and got a psychology degree. And works in not anymore, but was working in juvenile detention centers, trying to help rehabilitate young offenders.
I love it if he's doing it in the style of Sam Kinison. Screaming in the face.
Greg's a fucking scary, big, bald guy with hobnail boots. Like, he's a musical theater guy, but on the surface he looks like a killer, and he acts like it. He's mentally, like, his comedy is dark, bleak. And he was working with these kids, and they were going, these guys are guys who like hurt people and murdered people. They're going, you're scary, Mr. Neil. He's like, yeah. Well, the difference between you and me is I get to go home at night. Bye.
That's such a good line, isn't it? That'll probably wind them right up there.
He scared the shit out of them by how weird he was.
That's funny.
So are you going? So you coming on tour? You coming to our venue?
25th of March.
25th. You better be there. Are you going? Are you doing Edinburgh or anything this year?
I'm going to Edinburgh this year. Yeah, I've written. I'm working on a new show called "Aren't We Lucky?" It's more of a storytelling comedy show than my stand up. And it's the 20th anniversary of The Naked Racist. So The Naked Racist was a show that I did that won the Edinburgh Comedy Prize. It's a true story, 5 hours of a lost night in Amsterdam, boiled down to 1 hour. At the end of that hour, I go through fucking hell, high on magic mushrooms. I end up with being chased from the Homo Monument by Nazi skinheads on bicycles. So I think it's a good idea to fucking scare them. So I strip naked. It's all part of the show. Put my shoes back on. I'm not a creep. And I chase these guys on bicycles going, come on then. And when I perform the show in Edinburgh, I illustrate the point by getting naked and then have a band on, and I run into the audience going, come on then. But the show itself is actually an anti-war statement. It was a statement against what I felt was the illegal occupation, invasion of Iraq in 2001.
Yeah.
And I thought absolute fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
Tony Blair's a war criminal.
He is. Yeah.
And if you think that's defamation, sue me, Tony. Or
Tony cunt.
Or come to the public, come to the Problematic Pub on the 25th, and we'll talk about it. But I'm remounting that show for a week. It's a pretty hardcore show. It's something I'm not. Obviously, I've changed my attitudes towards a lot of stuff, but that's going to be on. And then my new show, Aren't We Lucky?
That's class.
Is a storytelling show like my last one, You're Wrong. And this one is about, it's too long of a story to tell, but it's basically about trying to feel. I want to recreate a feeling that I had, and I want the audience to feel it. I want it to be a visceral feeling that makes you leave the thing just appreciating, hello, room service, send me up a bigger room. That's the Marx Brothers. Anyway, I just want you to feel happy with yourself and fucking in this dark, twisted times.
Yeah.
No one's more twisted and dark than we are.
Oh, yeah.
Am I talking too much, Sandro?
No, I'm loving it. I love your company.
Okay, man. I talk a lot.
Yeah, I talk a lot as well. It's nice to have somebody else talking.
No, the thing is, I don't drink caffeine anymore because it keeps me up late.
Fucking hell, what do you like on caffeine, Phil?
This is it. Yeah, exactly.
I know.
You should see me on amphetamines. I got pulled over in New Zealand, going into New Zealand, and I had taken my then girlfriend's bag. It was a purple. I didn't have my knapsack. I lent to a friend who was going to Oman to use. So I had her pink and purple knapsack, and we got pulled over going into customs. And the guy's this huge Maori guy, massive big guy, going, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm here for the comedy festival." He said, "Well, we just need to check your bag," and he made me pull everything out of it. And I was like, he swabbed it, and I'm just sitting there casual because I'm not an idiot. Don't carry anything like that when I go in.
Yeah.
And so we're talking. He goes, "Oh, do you know? I'm friends with Ed Byrne, who's also on." He went, "Oh, I'd love to come and see Ed Byrne." I said, "I can probably get you tickets for Ed Byrne. I know him personally when I leave." And I'm just sitting there going, and then I see him swab the bag, and I'm seeing him put it through, and then the thing starts going. I'm sitting there going, "Holy fuck, what's going on here?"
Yeah.
And I remembered that my girlfriend had gone to France about a week before and taken a bag of pills with her.
Yeah.
So he's come back and went, "Mr. Nichol," and he's suddenly very serious. Going, "We've discovered traces of amphetamine." And I was going, and I said to him, perfectly serious, "What's amphetamine mean?" What does amphetamine mean, sir? And he's like going, and you can see him putting on these big gloves.
No.
And I just remember looking at how big his fucking hand was. And I was thinking, oh no, I'm going to get those fingers jammed up my
I think this. I think as well.
And I was going,
don't do that.
I was suddenly going, no. I told him what happened. He goes, "This is my bag." He goes, "Where's your bag?" I said, I lent my bag with a friend to go to Oman. He's like, "You're not making this any better." So he goes behind the big glass thing, and I'm sitting there. I'm dry now. And I'm sitting there going, "Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck this all up."
Yeah.
So when he came back, he just went, "I've spoken to my boss. We believe you.
Yeah.
There's nothing in your bag." They patted me down. I was like, I'm telling you the truth. Like, why would I do that? Look at my passport. It's got fucking stamps from all over the world.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he said, started putting my stuff back in the bag. He said, "You can repack that. We're going to let you go on this occasion." I was like, "Thank you so much." He goes, "But can you still get me the tickets for Ed Byrne?" I was like, "Yes, I can." I got them 4 for him, 2 for him, 2 for his boss.
I love that. Can you give me tickets for Ed Byrne? Like, I don't think I can go.
Okay,
That's class.
Yeah. Anyway, but I don't know what amphetamine means.
You like New Zealand though?
I love them.
New Zealand and Australia a lot like Canada. And they like
What do you mean?
Like stepsisters, isn't they?
Like
stepsisters. Oh, they hate each other.
They?
Yeah.
Do you like Canada and Australia not friends?
Canada and New Zealand are more. Canada and Australia, we see each other like brothers, sisters.
Yeah.
But
Canada sees Australia's gone really.
See, I think America sees Canada as a kind of Pornhub stepsisters if they keep trying to fuck you.
They do it.
Well, my mate,
You 51st state, say it. 51st state, say it.
my mate lives in Australia, and he was telling me there's like proper right wing on there.
Right wing.
But someone said to me the other day, this random guy, Australia's like really left wing. I was like, I don't think it is.
No.
You know, it's quite like fucking proper. Like,
Well, it is compared to the States. I mean, they have
the states got a bit of everything over there.
They have
Some's
social-
right, some's right left wing.
Yeah, they have social programs. Well, the States have it's really extremes. It's all.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
talk about them.
No.
Yeah.
Like the states. You're done. You're done.
But New Zealand's an awesome festival. The New Zealand Comedy Fest. I'm going in May this year.
Yeah.
What's
For the
one's
first
in
time.
May?
It's the New Zealand Comedy Festival.
Oh, New Zealand. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Australia got a couple as well, and they Perth.
They do. They have them every year. But I did that. I got married in Australia. I got married on the Formula One track in Albert Park, and not while the cars were going.
That'd be so
Right, so-
If anyone has any reason why these people shouldn't be joined together,
Will you take this from me? And actually, that's how the relationship ended. Bye, honey.
What's your, you got your married to Australia?
I'm going back to New Zealand.
You're married to Australia now?
I'm not. I haven't played in Australia since about 2010. Yeah. No, there's no plan. I've no plans to go back to Australia.
You were married to an Australian woman, was you?
I was married to an Australian woman. Yeah.
Do you ever think about moving there? No.
Well, I did at the time, but she actually moved to Toronto, got her Canadian citizenship, and I never got my Australian. So
Oh, she fucking done you in.
yeah, yeah. We're still
You couldn't have three though, could you?
yeah. I don't know.
You got a British passport.
collecting. Yeah, I've got a British passport and a Canadian.
You can't have three.
What, who says who? What are you, the fucking the Queen?
I tried getting three.
yeah.
Did you try and get three? Which one?
I got Italian.
I was going to say Italy.
And I got Welsh. Well, British. Is it?
British, yeah.
I think it's Welsh.
It's a shame about Brexit thing. You could now you need the Italian.
Oh, no, the third one he tried to get with the moon. It was ridiculous. That's why he couldn't get it.
I got a guy that knows someone.
I went to have a Greenland.
He went to Greenland.
I know. You know fucking Harmony.
You'd be one of the generals.
Yeah.
General Sandro. Actually, you know what? I just looked at you thinking you look great in a fucking uniform. You ever thought about being military, like one of those military generals that takes over Greenland?
Yeah, taking over a
I
small
don't know.
country.
I think you in a military uniform, you look like more one of the people that, you know, the parades when they throw the batons up.
They thought I was a mental in school because all my family's Italian. I'm quite proud Italian. I didn't really know. So they done like a thing of like celebrate World War figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we all like had when like, we first like IT room opened, so Ebby could make things.
Did you come as Mussolini?
You know, yeah. So I put a big thing up of Mussolini, saying the great Mussolini, and all that, and they were all. But I didn't know he fucking killing people, did I?
No,
I just thought he's part. I didn't even know the war really. I didn't listen, did I? So they were like that. Oh my god.
How old were you then?
About fucking 13, 14.
Yeah, right. So when I was 11, I was like a ping pong champion at school because I had two older brothers, and I called myself the Red Baron, and I had a ping pong racket with the swastika to take the other kids out. I've got a trophy.
He served like that.
Yeah, why do you keep serving overhand, Phil?
You were a good ping pong player then.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah. Although I just went up, did gigs with Bren Riley up in where is he in where is it? Fucking Formby. You know, Formby and
Yeah.
Bren Riley. I told him I was a bit of a ping pong player. He went, come with me, and he took me into his local ping pong place. The guy's like a professional. He's like,
Shut up.
He's like,
You look as fuck.
I can't fucking know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them Chinese people might play fucking ping pong. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, those videos are insane.
It looks like they don't move the bat.
Yeah.
You see the kids, little tiny kids.
Yeah.
The heads up the tail.
Yeah.
fucking
It's
amazing.
wild.
Some like put a big show on, but some just like
Yeah.
No, it's the guy. The most impressive was the guy with no arms and legs, or the guy with the guy from. Have you seen the guy from the? No, you think I'm making it up?
they call it the nugget.
He plays table tennis, right?
Yeah.
But he serves the ball by getting his foot, throws it up, and he's got the paddle in his mouth, and he's fucking he's a silver medalist in the
That is
insane. In the Paralympics.
Wow.
Yeah, and you're thinking if you've lost your arms, at what point you go, you know what you should play? Tennis. You went, table tennis?
The guy, when he's grown, when he's young, you're not playing anymore of that. Take your mouth up. You're not playing anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Give me that bat. Give me that bat.
I do think, like, when you say that, like, it's impressive that people learn skills. But I think, if I had like no arms or legs, I'd just be lazy fucker. Like,
But yeah.
I wouldn't even learn to write. Like, some people write they mouth.
Yeah. You'd be happy when you pep you, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, what's the name of the book? The butterfly in the bell jar or whatever. And the guy he was the editor of Cosmopolitan, or one of those big fashion magazines.
Yeah.
It was in a car accident. He lost the use of everything. All he could do is blink his eyes.
Yeah.
And they realized he was still in there.
Yeah.
He body locked in a thing.
Yeah.
And his wife left him. So they put him out in this. Sanatorium out on the cliffs where they used to send the French kids during the World War II. So he wrote this book saying there was ghosts of children that would come and visit him, and he dictated the whole book by going A, B.
Oh my God!
And the woman that wrote it down, I had to used to not like jumping the word, because if I predicted the word and say, he'd have to go no and have to start again.
Oh my God!
There's a whole book.
Yeah, but there's a danger there. You end up with an extra chapter because he's accidentally got something in his eye.
Yeah, exactly. He was just winking at her. She's written a book.
But are you sure he went? Are you sure he was writing a book? She could have wrote the book, and they say he wrote it. There was children, and he just there blinking.
I was thinking about what's his name in the wheelchair.
Hawkins.
Hawkins.
Yeah.
You know, being a love rat.
Yeah,
You know?
that's amazing.
If you go, you can trust him because he's not going to do anything. You go, oh, really?
Yeah. Well, he was one of the people that went to Epstein's Island as well, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, I think he was there a lot. Yeah.
He was on there. That's
exactly.
insane.
That's mental.
Crazy.
The CIA were like looking at this. Why is Epstein putting all these concrete ramps in? Is it for some kind of tank?
No,
he turns
the
up
skateboarders.
Where's the pussy?
Have you seen that festival in I think in Germany, where it's Germany or Switzerland or something like that? They got all the guys dressed as Stephen Hawking in wheelchairs. And you not seen that? No. So a whole group of them, they're all singing. They've written a song in Put the bar. And people are all clapping. The kids are there eating popcorn and licking ice creams. And it's a tribute to Hawking.
Oh my God! Do they cater the music to suit his voice? Is there like 9 p.m. till I come?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I bet you've been. Have you ever been? That's a question, actually.
Have I ever been a Stephen Hawking?
No, I think you definitely like the festival. What's that one in Las Vegas? The one. You got to take sweets and swap them and stuff.
The conventional paedophiles.
No, that's the wrong term.
The MPA.
No, it's called
National Paedophile Association.
No, it's like the Burning Man Festival.
The Burning Man. I've never been to Burning Man.
I thought you've been to a lot of festivals. I think I've been there.
I've always had it lined up. And
I've always wanted to go there as well.
I came close once, but it was always at the end of Edinburgh.
Yeah,
it's in the last weeks of August. And Matt Kirshen's gone, and I've got a friend out in Vegas when I went out there who runs a big one of the sites.
Yeah,
who said I could always come stay with him, and he said they've got DJs and stuff. It's all really comfy and you're taken care of. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a good thing. I've just never, but I feel like it's gone. From what I've read, it's gone really
commercial.
And rich people fly themselves in. And
although they did do one of the best promotional videos I've ever seen for a festival. It was so simple that there was a drone flying over, and the drone crashed, and it crashed as the bass was dropping. So as it crashed, someone picks it up like that, and then everyone just starts dancing on the bass. It was genius.
Wow, nice.
Like, it was really, really good. Like,
it's right there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of money involved.
Yeah. But I wouldn't survive that. I'm too ginger for that.
I'd love to go.
You take things you think people won't see for swapping.
Yeah.
But you'd end up joining a cult or something.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Or starting one.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was
uniform on.
I was.
The Mussolini.
I was younger.
He was in the cult. He's younger, is he?
Yeah, I was part of the Raelians when I was 19, yeah.
Oh fuck! I went to they do like a psychic fair in Canada every year, and I went along just for a laugh.
Yeah.
And the Raelians were doing I did a little speech to the Raelians.
Well, they were originally based in Toronto, weren't they? And then they've been they're in Japan now because they've been kicked out of everywhere they've gone.
Yeah. That's Formula One.
Yeah.
That isn't a Formula One. That guy. He's
he's
Formula 2.
NASCAR, wasn't it?
NASCAR.
Royale.
Yeah.
These cults are mad where they get people in, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, man, it's good. It's his money, isn't it?
Good buffet.
Yeah. I saw a documentary recently because I left them years ago. I went to one of the seminars and I'm like, it's a bit weird. There's a Netflix documentary now, and it turns out all the people that were a bit sketchy then were all out there as paedophiles. Like, it's fucking.
Yeah.
But you know, the last shot, right? Is like Royale, and he's like, yeah, I'm in Japan now, and I've settled down. I finally found the loves of my life. And the camera pans out, and he's just there with two teenage Japanese girls. He's like, he's 65, 66.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just weird. Like, yeah.
They could do the Royal Family. They could do like a parody of the Royal Family. You know.
Just him, like the sitcom, the Royal Family.
Sitcom, him on the couch with two Japanese.
It is a mad fucking concept. All them cults.
What do you think we're doing?
Yeah,
Corby's a bit of a cult.
March 25th. That's right.
Yeah, well, they just prey on lost people, really. So people go there who are searching for something. Like mostly haven't had a great family.
Oh yeah,
they find these groups, and that it's weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of trauma going on in those places. I mean, I was raised in a born again Christian family, which you can say is religion, which separates from being cult. But actually, they do outreach. They do sort of good stuff for the community.
Yeah.
But people that are lost, or just at the end of a marriage, or alcoholic, or people that had trauma, are more likely to go there and discover that people are actually quite nice and don't look down on you and take you out for coffees and blah 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 blah. So it's got that sort of process to it.
Oh, there is good stuff in everything, really.
But when I was in university, I did a character study of John Smith, the guy that started the Mormon Church, and you realize the actual history of that guy. You go, he was a fucking grifter.
Yeah.
He used to do water divination, which is absolute bullshit. Yeah. So that he get a rich guy with a huge plot of land. Go, I think there's water down this end or oil. Yeah. And he get his whole family, and then next thing you know, it's like travelers where they just have a whole community on the end. And the rich guy would go, well, when are we going to find this thing? He's going, I'm still looking for it. And they got moved on. He got imprisoned and moved on. I'm sure I'll be taking a task if there are Latter-day Saints watching it. But that is the history of it. Yeah. He was killed being broken out of prison in a gunfight. So I mean, he wasn't the most innocent human being in the world.
That's what's his name was like that as well. When it was how Pablo Escobar died, when they shoot out like that.
Yeah, totally.
That's wild.
So I mean, it does. They'll just say it's because he was being vilified by the authorities, but.
This podcast is proudly sponsored by Auto Show Swansea. MOT do. Service lights screaming at you. Whatever it is, Auto Show Swansea has you covered.
Based in the upland Swansea, they specialise in MOT servicing and repair, delivering dealer quality work at low prices. And here's the bit you'll remember.
They've got an instant online pricing tool, so you know the cost before you book. Instant prices, no surprises. Instant prices, no surprises!
And right now, they're running a cracking offer. You can get a half-price MOT for just £27 when you book a full or major service. It's quick and easy to book online, and you're back in a trusted local business.
Oh, I don't think it stops there. 10% off for blue card holders and students, and 0% finance, no credit check. Terms and conditions apply. So next time your car needs some love,
don't guess,
don't stress, go with confidence.
Right, we're back.
We're back
from the South Park. So the South Park have taken on a it's a restaurant. What's it called? The restaurant? Casa Bonita.
Yeah. Well, what is South Park about it though?
Well, I don't know. They bought it and made it all to South Park, like. Yeah. But they spent like millions of pounds.
Do they have like the Kilkenny dessert?
Oh, I would love that. Or someone dresses Kenny that serves you and they kill him at the end of every show. In the most horrific way possible. That'd be great.
But the images up, Jack. It's like fucking mad. They've got like swimming pools down there,
There's a swimming pool in there.
Oh, if you guys are looking, well, after this, go and find the guys in the wheelchairs.
What's with that?
The Stephen Hawking
Stephen
died.
Hawking, just for a laugh. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, it's like massive, like.
What's a dental adventure? What's that? Do you not want to go to a dental adventure playground?
You got pulled in here, so we need no teeth there. We'll take your teeth out.
Yeah.
All you drink is that shit pink fluid.
Got vodka in it. What's the Stephen Hawking one? Click in
That's a
it.
bit.
What were they called?
Stephen Hawking parade in Germany.
I can't believe it exists. That's bad.
Yeah, there they are.
Fucking, that is fucking nuts.
You're going to put that on the screen, Jack, for this episode. That's
Yeah.
so.
Oh,
what was the idea behind that?
It's a carnival. I think it's in Germany.
We've
It's a-
got the
it's a
Elvis
carnival.
Festival here. Germany, you've got the
you've,
Stephen Hawking
you've got to
Festival.
fucking hear them singing. It's the best bit of it. They've written a song.
Oh, that is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Oh, it's Spain. Yeah. There they are. Can we hear it?
Are they actually singing?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Are they doing a Daft Punk song?
No, they've written it especially.
Oh my god, this is fucking mental.
I know they're supposed to be Stephen Hawking, but the first 5 look like women that complain in supermarkets.
The car run.
Yeah.
That is fucking hilarious.
The guy was sort of in the middle of the back was a way better Stephen Hawking than the guy at the front. What's that?
They're on stage.
They got covered in snow. That's from Epstein's Island.
Oh my god.
That is insane.
That's enough.
Look, one of them's playing the guitar. Hang on a minute.
Well, hang on.
You fraud.
Oh, look, it's choreography.
Oh, that's so
God, I think
funny.
that's someone's nan on the phone call. Have you still got that wheelchair in the attic? Nan's or what? Why? I'm doing a Stephen Hawking show. You're brilliant.
Yeah, so yeah.
that's
Them
so
ideas,
funny.
you think sometimes, like, where do you even think of that?
Yeah.
Is that something like men drunk somewhere?
Yeah,
Let's go there.
exactly.
That has happened.
I mean, you know it was men drunk. He wasn't a council meeting.
Yeah.
He wasn't something like that. Oh, what can we bring to this area?
Yeah, that puts pressure on your stag do, doesn't it? Imagine rocking up in Spain on a stag night.
That'd be when you tuck up someone, you say, we come as Stephen Hawking, we'll all go in.
Yeah.
And he just turns up and like, Dave, why would you do that?
That'd be brilliant though, because then you go to that place where he's like, oh, you bastards, and all of a sudden he's under Stephen Hawking. You go, ah!
Yeah. And you're the one that shows up not dressed as him. You feel like an idiot.
That's happened to so many people have been like tucked up with this fancy dress, and you turn up for something in a fancy, and no one else is. You're like, oh,
You ever seen the video of that guy getting arrested when the police assumed he was in fancy dress?
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, there's a video.
Oh no.
He's basically, he gets arrested at a train station because he'd be misbehaving on the train, and he's just wearing like a bandana,
and
he's got a
blonde.
moustache, and the police officer goes, yeah, we've had reports that there's a man in fancy dress dressed as Hulk Hogan, and he's like,
It's just the way he
that's
looks.
just how he dresses.
He's stuck in a time warp, isn't he? You see them people anyway. I saw one in Swansea the other day, and he had like a bandana on and like double denim and all. And I was like, he's dressed like the 70s. Like some people just don't.
Yeah.
I think they get like, my dad's bit was like that. I think he liked it when he dressed in the 70s. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this is me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
I quite
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's like every like moves the type. But something like I like the 70s stuff. That's what I'm dressing like.
We did like it was we did a gig in Nichol, and there was a guy in the audience who called himself the American because he'd lived in America for like 2 years, but even now he's dressed as a full biker guy.
and he's an American accent.
Yeah. But he's got all the clubbers, so he just sets way around. Like, that's just how it's fucking look,
He's
man.
bulk balled and all.
I feel comfortable like that.
I went the best fancy dress I've ever done. I went out it was just as Facebook was kicking off. I went out for Halloween as Facebook. So I had like a blue shower cap, blue eyeshadow, and then I had my profile printed on my t-shirt and a pen stuck to it so people could come and write on my wall. It was so good. Like,
Tell him my cousin's the funniest one ever.
oh mate,
I feel like it's...
my cousin, right? He we did Halloween party at my flat, and my cousin said, he goes, is it bad if I come as dressed as the guy from Tropical Thunder? And I was like, which guy? He goes, the guy that's blacked up. I said, it is bad. He goes, it's not though, is it? Because I'm technically coming as a white guy that's blacked up in the film. And I said, Paul, do what you want, right? So he's turned up dressed like that. He looks insane. And people are arriving one by one. And I've answered the door about 5 times in a row. I don't know who's coming to my house. And then the one time he answers the door, he opened it. There was just a bloke from Nigeria there. And it was just his face. But then later in the night, I'm out drinking. I'm like, where the fuck is Paul gone? And I've gone outside and he's having an argument with a bouncer. And I'm like, what's going on? He goes, fucking hell. He goes, they've kicked me out. He goes, it was the bloke. He goes, an African bloke and you're touching up women and they thought it was me.
Trying to explain it like...
The bouncer never done it because of the lighting of the place. He just looked like he wasn't in costume. It was brilliant. I fucking love stuff like that, mate. Well, I love a good fancy dress stag party as well.
That's a question. In Canada, is it like the culture? Do they do like stag do's and stuff?
Yeah, but they don't. I don't remember.
It's not like everything goes a Blackpool way.
I don't remember.
Like
No, I think that's a very English or very British.
Yeah.
Sort of British sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's to do that. I remember being in a bar in Amsterdam, and some hen party came in. And they're all the little diggies and the big fucking cocks.
Yeah.
And the Dutch guys at the bar are just like, I was, don't you have hen do's? He goes, yes, but we have mature women that just they go out
go for a meal.
They
or
go
something.
for a meal, have a glass of wine, and then maybe go do something a little naughty. But he goes, but we are we make so much money from them because they come in, they're only here for half an hour, they drink all the drinks and then they fuck off.
Yeah.
So we let them come in, but he said they're just. He goes, he said the English are crazy.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
I
They
love
just have to embarrass themselves.
I
Really.
love the difference between men and women when stuff like that. So like a woman's hen party is all about like, let's do what she wants, let's make her feel beautiful and special, and a stag party, right? How can we make this bloke feel like a right cunt?
Yeah.
Fucking mad.
You wonder why people go, like, my mate, we done to him, like, why you'd even go on your own stag do.
What did you do to him?
We would dress him in a thong and all that, and he'd wear it all day, and he had sunburn, and but it's like not nice, like, is it?
No.
My marriage happened really quickly. Like it was with like sort of all happened really fast.
Yeah.
Within 6 weeks we were living together. In 12 weeks we were engaged, and then when the wedding happened, it was I was in Australia.
Yeah.
And it was the night before the wedding is when the stag do. So we just got together in a house, played some cards, smoked cigars. They got me completely trolleyed. I went upstairs at some point, and I got in my mind, I was just smoking so much. I thought, my mind, fuck this, they're not letting me out. And I kind of had forgotten. Crawled out the bathroom window, jumped out the back fence, climbed over, couldn't get in the front door. So went round the back, jumped over, climbed over the dogs, and then climbed into bed with my partner, who woke up and went, what the fuck are you doing? Because, it's got that thing about you can't see the bride before that. I was like,
You won't remember anyway.
Yeah. She was like, what are you fucking? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And she got up and she left, and I was like, I've done something wrong. I don't know what it is. Then woke the next day to all of the mom and the sisters and everyone's come over, and I was going, oh fuck, I shouldn't be here. Like, no, they came in and went, what are you doing? I was like, your suit's with the. I was like, I totally forgot it was my.
I'm getting married.
I forgot I was getting married. So I go crawl back, and they were all a bit pissed. The guys they weren't that pissed off. They were just like, what did you do? I was like, I climbed over the fence and went to bed and woke up going, shit, fucked it up. So that was probably why the marriage broke up.
Do you know? What we saw
They say it's bad luck.
A couple of months back, we saw Sten party. We just stag
no.
and a hen party
No.
together, and the first thing I thought was, right, who doesn't trust who here?
What? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll let someone go on a stag.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I've been to stags that have been a little out of control, and it doesn't bother me, but it's not my bag. I'm known as a bit of a wild person, right? But that's also like when a forced fun.
Yeah.
I love when it just happens. I've got
That's exactly.
But when you feel like we've got to get someone, we've got to do this, and you see people left behind. behind, I was thinking, oh, there's always some poor fucker that didn't really want to be there. Who's got a wife and 2 kids he's going to have to go back to and have to try and hide the photos and explain to her and not be like,
You are right. And people think they'll think it's like when they see us be like drinking and whatever, like and they see it, they're like, what do you? I mean, I'm getting a tire for my car. I'm not fucking drunk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you go get drinks down. I'm like, but that's the thing. The full stuff is like sometimes it's a bit fucking.
We were saying, man, we're mates with Pancho from Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah,
and he was saying in their heyday, he was taking his children swimming right outside, like, and someone would go, Pancho, fancy a line?
fucking kids.
Man. He said he's been with his family and like they'd people like because he does the smash bottles and stuff, didn't he? They grab a bottle, he's just smashing. Like, were you in Sainsbury's? Like,
I guess
smashing a bottle over your head.
If that's what you live with, if you're going to be the guys from Jackass, you have to imagine people are going to go, I'm snorting wasabi.
But that's what we talked about Sam Kinison earlier. That's what happened to him because he knows the party guy.
Yeah.
He just killed him in the end, didn't he?
Well, yeah, and maybe I escaped that kind of lifestyle, you know. But I mean, we talk about all the time. Comedians, we used to hang around rock. You know, you go to festivals and there's rock bands, like hardcore rock bands. You think like, you know, a night is a bender for them. We used to go like for like days and days and days.
Yeah.
The comedians that I know and hang out with, that was just a norm. That's just a norm. That's a lifestyle choice. It wasn't even like we're going to get twisted this weekend. It was like, oh, that's just we did. I lived in a house in Lordship Lane, and it was like a 24-hour party that went on for weeks and months.
Yeah.
I remember coming home from a gig, and I had to be up in the morning, and there was a group of guys having a party. Woohoo, nice one, guys. I sat down with them a bit, and then went to bed. And when I woke up, it's a totally different group of guys. I was like, oh, you guys still up? And they were like, what are you talking about? It's like, well, when I came on, they were like, don't know what you mean. There was actually, those guys had left and another group of people had shown up on the same night. And that was just common practice in the house. That was just like normal. And then I went to the morning meeting, came home, and there was another group of people sitting there going, oh, what are you guys doing with your silver? I don't know what you're talking about. This thing. A different. So you do get a reputation for it, and then people expect that of you. And, but I'm actually quite quiet.
But comedy was when you first came over was wild, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like now it's very like. It's because obviously drinking's less in general in the UK.
Yeah.
But people now are more career driven. I like after the show, you're like, oh, I've got a beer. It's like, oh, I'm going to go back to my room. I'm going to do a bit of writing. I'm like,
I've got stuff to do. Andrew Maxwell, because we came out of the earlier group, and there was maybe like, at the most 700 comedians in all of the UK knowing each other, pretty much.
And that was everybody.
That was everybody. And the Comedy Cafe in Rivington Street was about, they had a room above it that was about 3 times the size of this room with a pool table and couches. And we would all end up there on a Saturday night. We'd get there. People would go there. You could show up at 2 a.m. and it was just, we could use the bar. Yeah. And but people just got there and we'd get trolleyed and talk about all the gigs we'd had. And it was a place to go, and it was regular. Yeah. If you did a gig in London, sometimes people would come outside London and end up there, and that would go until those wee small hours till the lights came up. The sun came up, and we'd all go home, and and then we'd go home to someone's house and keep going. Yeah. And that was a pretty regular affair. Yeah. And it just doesn't really happen anymore. And Andrew Maxwell used the term the milkshake gang. He said it's when the milkshake gang showed up, they would all go to Denny's. Yeah. We'd be in New Zealand, we'd be all looking for a party and be going to like some nightclub, and we'd rock into Denny's at 4:30 in the morning after the nightclub, and they'll all have been sitting there having milkshakes and all you can eat breakfast or whatever, completely different mindset. Yeah. They're all very successful. We've got great stories.
I wish I'd got in like 10 years earlier, because I did my first gig when I was 17. I didn't do another one until I was 27. No. So, but if I got in then when I was 17, I would have caught the back end of your comedy tours and people like that. I met him twice, and we had two of the best.
But when you started 2010, wasn't it?
2000. I got back into 2008.
Yeah, so it was still a drinking culture then, I bet.
It was pretty. But
I was an open spot working my way up then. So by the time I got to the paid stuff,
my mate, was you or someone saying the other day, he was mad. And we was talking about like drinking cultures and stuff, of how things are changing. And like in Swansea now, there's like a big student night they do on a Wednesday. Yeah. And I was talking, because we got the new club in Swansea, we've got an alcohol fucking course, and I was talking to people who work in this big bar. I said, what it's like, so there's some students drink and blah, blah, but how it's changed, because apparently COVID, remember like when you were like 15, 16, then you started drinking, experimenting, then you started going out when you were 18. Because of COVID, everything's shut. That generation didn't do any of it.
Yeah.
So drinking has never been a part of them.
Yeah.
So it kind of, and that's how it's just stopped, and it haven't really caught up.
Yeah.
So COVID's part. I know things are going on a decline anyway, but
also,
COVID has kind of fucking rushed.
Also, dessert. This is crazy, but dessert culture. Like those big ice cream shops, Creams. It's open at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Or Casper's, what are they called? And I was like going, what? Like, and you look in them, you think, these places are full.
Yeah.
They're full of people that don't drink.
Yeah.
We had to meet someone the other day, didn't we, to do something in Swansea, on a Tuesday night at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Meet us in Starbucks, yeah? It's fucking rammed.
Yeah.
It's like a pub. Every night I'm chatting. I was like, is that what people do now?
Yeah, that's what they do, yeah.
Go for
coffees at late night, Or what are those things they call the shisha? Those things.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's just, but the thing is, doing the same thing. You're just hanging out with your friends, talking shit. Really.
Yeah, and also, you know that you're saying about this COVID thing. What that means is so when you're 15 to 16, whatever, you're drinking in the park. That's when you work out your levels, right? That's when you get the most hammered. You'll end up getting fucking ruined of cider. But because they haven't had that means the first time they're doing that is when they're out and about legally being allowed to buy drinks. So they're probably not out for fucking more than 3 hours, right? They probably go out, get absolutely hammered, and because they're tolerance is down and they're fucking in bed
Yeah. I mean, I didn't drink. I was raised a born again Christian.
Yeah.
And I'm me. Hello. This is what happens. So I was a virgin until I was 21. So I did, all that stuff came late. I left home, ran away from it all when I was about 17. But even then, only just started drinking, and then discovered comedy, and then my life has just changed for the better. I've done just about everything.
Yeah. And your family still religious then?
They are. Yeah. My mum and dad are still church going. My brothers live either side of them. They both indulge.
Oh, you're the only one who does.
Yeah, well, my brothers have children that don't do it, and my brother Andrew's wife isn't that interested in it.
Yeah.
But they're still quasi-religious, whereas I'm not.
But what you need to do is get addicted to crack for a bit, and then in the recovery, you'll probably naturally come back to church.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happens.
Crack, jazz, church. That's full circle.
Tell the mad thing is when you think about it, it's mad how many comedians come from religious.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a good friend of ours was really religious growing up, very good, very funny comedian. And I know a few in the circuit. You talk,
there's quite a few.
but no, it's kind of. But there's a lot, but no one really talks about it.
Yeah.
No.
You said, but it's kind of something people talk. But it's mad.
Do you think it's
how is that a thing?
Because I think comedy is quite rebellious. I think people into comedy, especially the early days when it's a bit rock and roll.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's the ultimate rebel. It's great.
You were music first, was you?
Yeah, no, I was in. I went to acting school.
Oh, acting.
Yeah, acting school. So, but when I was about 14 or 15, I started doing improv at theatre sports. It was like Keith Johnson, the guy that wrote the book, The Improv, the guy that wrote the book on improv. I won a thing when I was in. It sounds really boring now. In high school, I was in the drama groups, and I was like the kid, and I wrote a play, and we performed it at the Sears Drama Festival. Went to the finals. I won an award for the best performance, whatever. Yeah. Our school, the part of the prize was we were given an afternoon or a day with Keith Johnson to do a workshop. Yeah. And I was just sort of naturally good at it. I couldn't speak properly till I was about 11. I had a speech impediment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've still got it.
Yeah.
Clinical stutter, lisp.
Yeah.
So I did these improv things. Once I was able to start speaking properly, you couldn't shut me up. So I'm not like I am now. Imagine what I'm like now. When I was 14, I was like,
I love the idea. You know the improv book. I love the idea of there being nothing in it. Right? You just put the first page says, "Make it up, you can."
Exactly. So anyway, I did that. That's how it all started. He took me aside at lunch with Mr. Frank Luke, was my one of the best teachers I've ever had, and said, "Have you done this before?" And I was like, "No, I'm just doing what you asked me to do." He's like, you've got a natural talent. I'm going to introduce you to Aubrey Schweiber, who's this guy who ran the theatre sports. So when I was 15, I was down doing theatre sports with my friend Barry Davis, who's now a big TV producer, works with Howie Mandel, and my friend Nick John, who's the head of now the head of the Chicago Second City. Now that he's our age, we had a group called the Dumb Ideas. We showed up and we were like the new kids, and the kids in the hall who were about 2 or 3 years older than us were like the big gang kids in the hall in the audience. So that's how I started. Then I went to acting school, and then I started Cork the Juice Pigs, and then that was a musical comedy trio. And that's how within a couple of years we had been on American TV and stuff, and then went through the whole.
It's fucking mad, isn't it?
Wow. Yeah.
What do your parents say about it? Were they like this little spoiled?
They've never actually seen me do comedy.
Really?
Yeah. And I did a show called Nearly Gay the year before. Yeah. And I was also doing a play called.
I can see why they didn't come to that one.
Yeah, they didn't know. They have no idea. You know how mums can suddenly go, he's a really good boy. He's got a knife. Yeah, but he wouldn't do anything with it. There's blood on it. He's probably mums are. So I was in. My parents came for their 60th wedding anniversary to Edinburgh, or their 50th wedding anniversary to Edinburgh, and I was like, fuck, they can come and see the play, The Zoo Story, but they can't come and see Nearly Gay. So I said to my mum and dad, it's on at 10 o'clock at night. It's on the other side of town. And I said to my dad, probably better if you guys, you'd be tired. And my dad kind of understood and went, my mum was like, no, we'll go. And I said, my dad was going, no, I think you're right. So I get called. They're staying at my flat. Got called in the kitchen. My dad goes, "Can we see you for a minute, Philip? We've got the paper now. In the Scotsman review, on this side of the paper was The Zoo Story, 5 stars. On that side was Nearly Gay, 5 stars. The thing. So, and in that show, I talk about first time I took ecstasy. I nearly had sex with the post-op trans friend of mine. On the first time I met my girlfriend Janice's parents, we took coke in the lobby of a hotel, and then he necked. Her father started necking with me. And
I love Phil.
And the other story was going to Gay Pride, and for the first time in Gay Pride in Amsterdam, my friend Pierre is the gayest man I know, and pissing on Trough Man, who's a legend. The cock ring. So those are the stories in the show. So my mum and dad are sitting at the kitchen table. My mum was very concerned. I was like, "Is everything?" I said, "Well, we saw you got this lovely review for the play, which we've seen." My dad helped fix the bench and everything. He said, and you were compared to a young Jack Nicholson in the thing. He said, "We're very, very excited to see that." And he turned the page. I was like, "Oh no!" He was like, "We just want to ask you a few questions about your show. Nearly Gay, is it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's about being in theatre school. He goes, "Well, we just wondered what E meant." Yeah. And I said, E, because it said I take E, not ecstasy. And I said, well, and I'm really quick. I said, well, E, my mum was like, well, E is like that food coloring they put in food dyes. And it makes you go all like, it makes you go, and then the come down is like, oh. Yeah. So it's like that. And my mum's like, I know, I tell the girls not to give that to their children. They take that drink and they go, and they go, like Smarties. And my dad just looked at me and went, and I suppose Coke means Coca-Cola, does it? And I looked at my little innocent mum and went, "Aye, it does, yeah, that's right, Dad." My dad and my mum, I know, I tell them not to have those fizzy drinks. It's really nothing about sex with a post-op trans woman. Nothing about
one more question. Nothing about me.
What does felch mean, son? So my parents have never seen me do, but my dad, now being on the internet, will probably see this. Yeah. He's watching, and I'll have to explain to him next time I see him. He's gone through, since he discovered the computer. One of the best things we've ever done. One of the worst things we've ever done is, because he was a builder, he always had like his own little workshop. He was always building and carving stuff. When we moved into the apartment, he didn't have that anymore. He got on the computer, and now he's seen lots of stuff, but he does not show my mum.
I hope he hasn't Google searched Nearly Gay.
He's probably seen it. But anyway. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad what you can do nowadays. My dad realized early on that you can get those static cameras. So he rang me. I was in Edinburgh on the Princess Street, and he went, "Philip, this is your dad." I was like, "Hi, Dad." He goes, "I'm on Princess Street." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "I've got a camera." I'm like, "Oh, the static camera." He goes, "Yeah, it's about the St. James Centre. I'm looking around for it." He goes, "Wave to me," and I waved, and he goes, "You're waving." I was like, "Are you watching me on fucking?" He follows. You can go to Bangkok. You can go. So anywhere I go, he finds a camera. He follows. I've got cousins of his who have a fishing thing on the River Tay near Pitlochry, and they've got a fishing team, and he'll sit and watch them on the first day, because it's the Duke of York's prize,
Yeah.
because they won it one year.
Yeah.
So on the first day of the season, he'll sit and watch to see if they bring in the big salmon. And he'll sit, and it drives my mum insane. She'll say, "What are you doing here?" He's going, "I'm just watching Stuart and Gordon."
I'm watching Phil fly and told to fuck off by tourists.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Phil's.
I do want to fly here, fuck off.
Phil's running naked through the streets of Amsterdam, Ethel. Anyway, if you're watching that, I apologise.
Your parents, quickly. How did they
They're
end up?
lovely. I love my
How did they end up in Canada? Was it through that religion thing, or was it just the?
No, my dad. See, this is the thing. My mum, before she met my dad was one of those guys who just got him do things. He was a doer.
Yeah.
He was an apprentice cabinet maker, and he was a teenager. And just so when he was 19, he realized all these guys were coming back. And with a bit of money, he said one of the guys had like a fur coat on. So where'd you get that?
That's wealth back in the day. That was nice car.
Builder, like a builder. Well, they are on scooters. I mean, they're still poor. Like, but in Glasgow in those days.
Yeah.
So my dad just went over to his mum. He bought a ticket from Liverpool on a boat and went to Canada when he was 19 and became a cabinet maker there. And he's actually told me a few of the stories. And he decked out him and his friend. I think it was Chris Peebles, decked out all these big government buildings in downtown Toronto.
Wow.
It's one of the stories from the new show.
Yeah.
It's all the chambers and everything, hardwood. Like back in the day when you didn't have like electric.
They built things
stars.
nice, didn't they?
Yeah, and built to last because you didn't they didn't want to build them again.
Yeah.
And he then came back to Scotland, met my mum. Became a Christian.
Yeah.
Converted. My mum was raised by Quakers. They went to the Brethren Assembly, went to see Billy Graham, all that shit. Then had 3 sons. And then my dad decided to get us back to Canada when I was 5. We went back. Lasted 10 months because my mum hated the cold, missed all of her friends. Went back to Scotland for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Back to Canada. And we were...
You were born in Scotland then?
I was born in Scotland in Cumbernauld. But when I was 12, we went... We're doing the become a Canadian citizenship test. You had to go and sit in front of the judge at the time. So we're sitting in this judge's chambers downtown. It's beautiful, like hardwood walls like this, but paneling, but walls like just beautiful. The ceiling was all hardwood. The floor had a great big desk, and we're waiting for the judge. And my dad went, Ethel, this is one of the chambers that Chris and I did. I remember it specifically. He goes, this is back in the day, boys. You didn't have electric saws. You had to cut the wood by hand and then separate it open. It's called a mirror filing. You slide it all in together. All slides together. And I'm sitting there going, Dad, right? So the judge comes in and he sits down and we have to answer questions. I'm 12, so I know when Canada, 1642, I know it was, he's going, I'm going to ask you some questions, Mr. and Mrs. Nichol. If you get the questions right, you become members of Canada. If you get the questions wrong, then we'll have to reconsider your application to be citizens of Canada. My mum's a little Scottish Christian woman. She's like, no, she's not read any of the material.
Yeah.
She just thinks Jesus will make it, Jesus. So I'm sitting there, he's going, right, let's answer the questions. When was Canada founded? And he goes, Phil, it was 1642. Okay, who was the person? It was Samuel de Champlain. He's like, Phil, can you let your family answer some of the questions? Like, you can let your brother, let your mum, and I just keep answering the questions. He's like, Phil, just let he goes, and he's turned to my mum and said, Ethel, I'm gonna, after a whole bunch of questions, there's a huge picture of Pierre Elliott Trudeau behind him on the wall, right? And it's fucking obvious who it is. He goes, I'm going to ask you one question, Ethel. If you get the question right, your family become Canadian citizens, and if you get the question wrong, we have to reconsider your application. Yeah. Ethel, simple question, who's the Prime Minister of Canada? And my mum goes, I'm going, Mum, come on.
Are you living there?
I'm going, no, it's on the wall behind, she's like, and he's going, Phil, stop. I'm nudging my mum, trying to point otherwise. Phil, stop it, Philip. And Amanda's going, answer the question, Ethel. Yeah. Answer the man's question. She can see the blood drain out of her face. And in a moment, she knows she's not fucked up. So she blurts out, my husband did all the woodwork in this room. And the judge went, what? She went, my husband Ian did all the woodwork in this room. And he's going, oh, quiet, Ethel. Answer the man's question. He's going, the judge goes, is this true, Ian? My dad goes, oh yeah, it was back in the day when you didn't have electric saws. You had to cut the wood and we were sitting there going, Dad, shut up. And this judge, he lit a pipe and sat back and just went,
fuck, that's old school as is.
These have been my personal chambers for 12 years. Other judges come into these chambers and comment on how exact the woodwork is. He stood up and leaned across and went, welcome to Canada. That's brilliant. That's how we became Canadian citizens.
That's so good.
How insane is that? And my dad was a 19-year-old man doing that.
Yes,
and just took such pride in his work. My dad's an OCD, like
Yeah.
everything in the house is like perfect on angles. And so the work in this room, like, you know what? I was 12. I didn't fucking know, did I?
Yeah.
But that was it. And then we became connected.
That's fucking mad. But I like that thing though of years ago of like that judge. He could, if he liked someone or like tell you good people.
Exactly.
Like, like, oh yeah, no, now it'd be like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like,
now it's all multiple choice questions. You don't.
My dad said,
you don't see. You had to stand up, sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's what you did, and you became Canadian citizens. He obviously saw that we were a good, solid, my dad, family.
Yeah.
We were probably going to get anywhere, but I think he was testing my mum. My mum just thought, and then we left. My mum went, "It's a miracle," and I was like, "No, not a miracle." Dad worked hard for that.
Yeah, it's fucking
It
class.
does sound like that the format of that. I'm
love
pretty
that.
sure Cilla Blackstone that years after. Did you ever see a show Moment of Truth?
Yeah,
When they get families on, they show them all these prizes they get, and then they give the parents individual tasks, and the dad would always fuck it up at the end. Like, it was brilliant. So good.
On Jack.
Oh, so,
But that's my parents are awesome. I do miss them. But my mum's like one of these wee Scottish church ladies. It's just she chit chats away to you all the time. You just don't have to talk back.
Sweet lady.
Keep the conversation going.
That's where you get it from.
right, plugs.
So Phil is in Promenade Pub Comedy Club on the
March 25th.
March 25th. Tickets available on the obviously website. It's coming there. We'll be there as well.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah, genuinely. And I know he's sitting here, but he's one of the best fucking
I
acts.
don't have enough tickets sold to have a support act. So if you don't come, it's going to be one of these guys. I've just told them that now.
We'll do it anyway. Just come along. We'll do it, class, and take us on Promenade Pub.
Yeah.
And thank you to Phil. Nice one.
We'll ignite the night. We'll ignite the night. If love is my ecstasy, it lifts me to the highest place. In your arms I feel the rush. We're flying through